Alright, welcome back. In this video we're going to add this search functionality so we can search by state. We're also going to have the add doctor and add category functionality. Alright, so we'll start with the search, which is going to be really simple. Basically we just want this form to submit to this page and then just add a condition for the state. Alright, so what we want to do is first of all open up the view for the form, which is add doctor. I'm sorry, we're not going to do that first. We're going to do index. Alright, and the form is right here. You can see that the method is get, and that's because we're not posting anything to the server, we're getting something. Alright, and it's going to go to that doctors page that I just showed you. Alright, so what we have to do is open up the route. So we want to go to routes, doctors.js, and this is what we're going to work with. This is going to /doctors. Alright, so I just want to create a condition to see if that form was submitted. Alright, and the way we can get that is we can say if rec dot query dot state. Alright, because if you look at the select here, it has the name state. Alright, so that's where we're getting that from. Okay, then we're going to do something. Alright, and then we're going to say else, and then we'll do something else. So if it's not included, then we're going to do what we've been doing, which is this code here, just showing all doctors. Okay, so this can go in the else. Just fix this a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to copy this again, so that ends here. Oops, I just want to make this a little neater. Alright, so we're going to grab, actually we'll put this back. So I'm going to grab this code here, because this is the end of the else. And we're going to paste it right here. Okay, now there's not much we have to do. We just have to add a where clause. So we'll say where state is equal to, and then we're going to have a question mark as a placeholder. And then we just want to put the conditions in here. Okay, so we want to say rec.query.state. Alright, and this is going to take the place of this question mark. Alright, and then the rest of the code is the same. I mean, all we need to do is add that where statement. Alright, so let's try that out. We're going to have to restart the server. Alright, now if we go to home and let's select Alabama, find no doctors. Okay, we'll go home. We know that the doctors are in Massachusetts. Find, and there they are. Alright, so that's all we needed to do to get that functionality. Okay, now we'll do the form. Alright, let's close up. We'll close the index jade. We don't need that. Let's open up views, add doctor.jade. And you can see this is a post, and it's going to go to doctors/add. Alright, so let's go and create that. Now we do have router.getAdd, and that's just responsible for displaying the form. Now we need to add post. Alright, so I can actually just copy this. Alright, and we'll change this to post. Alright, and I'll get rid of that. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to get a UUID. Alright, and the Cassandra controller comes with a nice little function to do that. So we're going to say variable doc ID is equal to Cassandra.types.uuid. Alright, and that'll take care of generating that for us. Okay, now we want the query, so we're going to say var query. Alright, and then we're going to do an insert. So insert into FindaDoc.doctors. Okay, and then we want the names of the fields, so we'll have doc ID, full name. We want the category, new patients, graduation year, practice name, and let's see, we want street address, city, state, and zip. Okay, I think that's all of them. So then we want to say values, and we need a bunch of placeholders here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we should have 10 question marks. All right, and then after the query, let me see. We need to run the execute command. So client.execute. All right, and in here we're going to pass in the query, and then we need to pass in the values. Okay, so the first one's going to be the doc ID. Okay, this is going to come from this variable right here. Okay, doc ID, and then we're going to have the full name, which comes from request.body.fullname. All right, so the rest of them are going to come from this rec body. So I'm going to copy that. Okay, then we have category, new patients, and let's see, graduation year, practice name, and street address, city, state, and zip. All right, I think that's all of them. Yeah. Okay, so that's that, and then we're going to put a comma right after the last field here. I'm sorry, after the bracket. All right, and then we're going to pass in prepare true. Okay, so it's going to use prepared statements. This actually should be a comma because we're going to continue on the next line. And of course, we need our callback function. All right, so this function will take an error and a result, and we're going to say if there's an error. If there's an error, then we're going to change the status to 404 and just send along the message. And then we'll say else. Oops. Okay, else. Then we're just going to obviously the query will get executed. It'll add the doctor, and then we want to just send a message and redirect. So we're going to say request.flash, and we're going to send a success message. Okay, this is using the connect flash module, and we're just going to say doctor added. All right, and then we're going to say actually this should be res. So res dot location. All right, and we want this to go to slash doctors, back to the list, and then we're going to say res dot redirect and doctors slash doctors. Alright, so hopefully this works. Let's go ahead and try it. Alright, so we get an error. Unexpected token, prepare true. Oh, this prepare true needs curly braces around it. Alright, so I'll try again. Alright, so we're connected. And we'll click on Add Doctor. And full name, we'll say Stephen Wright, MD. Category, General. Okay, now, actually, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? We never grabbed the categories from the database here, so we're going to need to do that real quick. If we open up, what's the file? Add Dr. Jade, and you can see we have just a static category select list. What I'm going to do is just replace this this one option with the loop, so each category in categories, and then we're just going to say option, the value will be the category name, and the display text will be the category name. And we got to make sure that this category, this categories variable is so that it'll work. So we need to go back to doctors, and then we need to go to where the form is displayed, which is right here, get add, and we just need to add a query to get the categories. Alright, so variable query is going to equal select all from FindaDoc.categories, and then we want to say, actually no, that's it. Okay, that's the query we want. Now we need to do client execute. Okay, so client execute query, and let's see, we're going to pass in just empty brackets. Brackets, because we don't have any conditions. And then we want the function. And I'm just going to throw this in here real quick. Okay, so if there is an error, we're going to 404 status and send the message. If not, then we can get rid of this. I don't need that. Then we're going to render the add. Actually, this should be, I think it's add form. No, not add form. Add doctor. Alright, and we're going to attach this categories to the results of the categories query right here. So we'll save that. Make sure that add doctor is saved as well. Okay, so reload. Property length of undefined, so it's not seeing categories for some reason. Select all from FindaDoc.categories. I think I just didn't save this, so let's save that and reload. Okay, so now we have our 3 categories that are in the database. So now we can continue to enter doctor. It was Stephen Wright, MD, and we'll say neurologist. Graduation year, let's say 1992. Practice name, I don't know. Healthcare practice. Street address, let's say 22 Main Street, and city, we'll say Miami, Florida, and zip, I don't know, we'll just say 03867. Okay, add doctor. It should contain at least 2 arguments with the callback as the last argument. Okay. Oh, this parenthesis right here, this shouldn't be here. That's not the end. Alright, so let's see. This function ends right there. That if statement ends there. And then this. Oh, I think we need to add in that. Let's try that. Nope. Unexpected token. 66. Oh, I think we need to take this out. Yeah, I think that should work. Whoops. Alright, so we're connected. And let's go to add doctor. Try this one more time. Add doctor. And there he is, Stephen Wright. Click on details, and we have his information. Now, we didn't get the message, so we might need to add that. Okay, so if we go to layout.jade, yeah, we just need to add that little messages thing that we deleted earlier. So I want it to be right above the block content, and I think it goes like this. Alright, so we'll try to add another one. Okay, let's just say Sean, whoops, Williams, MD, and Sean's a dentist. I'll say 92. Family dentistry. We'll say 66 School Street, city. I don't know. We'll say Sacramento. Whoop. State, California. Zip, I don't know, 90138. And we'll go ahead and submit. And there we go, doctor added. Okay, so now for the add category, which is going to be very similar. Alright, so we'll actually just copy this right here. And I'm going to open up the categories route. Alright, so we'll paste this in. Router.post add. And let's see, doc ID, we want to change that to cat ID. And then the query is going to be insert into categories, and we want the cat ID, and then we just have the name, I think. Then we can get rid of the rest of these. Okay, so we only need 2 question marks. Alright, and then we're going to execute. We're going to get the cat ID variable. And then we want request body name. And then we can get rid of these. Request body name, prepare true. And let's see, we want to change this to category added. And change this to, actually, yeah, that's fine. Doctors is fine. Okay, so we'll try that out. So add category, and I don't know, we'll say pediatrics, add category. Cassandra is not defined. Okay, so we didn't add the Cassandra variable or the client, so we need to do that. Okay, we don't need this log. Alright, so we'll try that again. Add cat. And there we go. So if we go to browse doctors, if we go to add doctor, you can see that now we have pediatrics. Now initially I was going to do the edit and delete of the doctors, but I'm just going to skip that because it's just going to make the project way too long. So this would basically just be the front end. You would create an admin area or a manager area to be able to update resources. Alright, so let's just take those links out, and of course you could do this on your own. Let's see, I think it's the details.jade, and I'm just going to remove these two links. Alright, so that's it. We have our front end for FindaDoc. I will see you in the next project.